In this video, we're going to be sharing 3 tips for how to get views on your YouTube channel, even if you're just starting out or you have a brand new channel. But hey, if you're new to video influencers, my name's Sean, and Benji, tell those watching a little bit about what this channel is about.
Absolutely, you guys. Welcome to Video Influencers. We're helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online videos. We have weekly tips videos as well as interviews with the most successful platform influencers that we know, that we've met over the years, and we're just passionate about YouTube. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, hit that like button if you guys like broadcast, and comment below, where are you guys watching from? We're just so excited to be sharing with you guys, especially some of these tips for your new YouTubers, your new creators, and future influencers. So Sean, let's dive right into the training.
Yes, here we go. Now we've got a packed training for you, so definitely shut out distractions. And if you want to jot down some notes, we have some very strategic stuff. But again, if you're new here, our passion is helping you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And today, it's all about how to get more views. And so whether you're a new YouTuber, even if you're seasoned, then you're in the right place watching this training. And smash the like button if you would like to see more trainings like this, because we would love to prepare more trainings if you get value from them. And so in this video, we're going to be covering 3 tips on how to get more views when you're starting out on YouTube. We're going to cover how to grow your YouTube channel while you sleep. That's pretty cool. And then we also have a free downloaded YouTube checklist and a video series that we'll share with you a little bit later that will help you get even better results with this. But as we kick it off, question, how long have you been posting videos on YouTube? Have you been posting videos here for a while? Are you kind of in the 6-month to a year mark, or maybe you're a veteran? I think either way, you're going to get some massive value out of this training. So definitely let us know in the comment section how long you've been here. But before we dive into it, we want to give you just a little bit of background of what Benji and I do besides video influencers.
Absolutely. You guys might know us from this channel, Video Influencers, which we've been doing for about 4 years. But what you might not know is we've been on YouTube for 10+ years each. I've been a vlogger. I've got my food channel on the left there, Benjamin TV, where I share everything around my passion for food. Sean has his tech channel, Think Media TV, talking about tech and advice for creators. And we've got a lot of experience, but you might be asking yourself, you guys are seasoned, your experience, and what about me? What about me? I'm a beginner. I just got on the platform. What do you have to offer me who's just starting out? We empathize with you guys that are just starting out at 0. Just know that video influencers started at 0, right? 4 years ago. We've had multiple channels, but we know how tough it can be, how challenging it can be. And that's why we created this broadcast for you guys today to talk about some of the best practices and really 3 tips we feel everybody should know when they're just starting out. The first thing we want to dive into, though, is a little case study. And Sean's pulling up my Japanese sweet potato recipe with miso butter. So delicious. You guys go check it out. But as you can see, it's only been up for about, I want to say, 2 weeks. It's got about 40,000 plus views. And of course, I've got a lot of subscribers, but it's a lot of things you can't see that I'm doing in the background that's helping get views. As you can see here, there's 3 videos right now with the trending tool from from vidIQ. You can see a lot about a video. So down below, you can actually see 16 views per hour. That's the velocity of views. Next to it is my bacon video, which actually you can see it's 4 years old, right? It's been up for 4 years, but it's still got massive velocity. And partly it's because of the things that we're going to be teaching from you. But that's why it's important to use tools like vidIQ. And that's why we're excited to dive into some of these tips for you guys so you guys can utilize them. So the first thing we want to talk about when you're first starting up, tip number 1 is research before you press record. It's so important for you guys to do a little research because you might actually have this idea, right? For me, it's like a recipe, or Sean's like a review of some type of camera, but it might not be the best idea to be positioned correctly for search results, right? To get views on this platform that we call YouTube. So I always do a little bit of research before I record. I actually type in whatever my idea is into the search bar to get some search results. As you guys know, the reason I use a search bar is because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, second only to Google. And that's why it's so important to understand that everything starts with search. This is my Japanese sweet potato thumbnail, and you can see the title. As you can see, like this is our video influencers channel, but we're gonna dive into actually typing in Japanese sweet potato to show you guys where it's actually positioned. All of these results are ideas and really what other people are searching. And that's what I do. When I'm actually thinking of something, I type it in, I look at what other people are searching, and that's gonna influence my video. And this is the research before I press record. Let's go ahead and look at all the different search results. As you can see, Japanese sweet potato is #1, and it's because of these ranking techniques. It's because of the things I do, not just when I'm recording and I'm uploading, but before I even come up with a video idea ultimately that will be my final upload.
Yeah, and there's a couple cool things to note here is that if you're looking, so Benji's got an idea to do a Japanese sweet potato recipe, and you take it to the search bar, you can actually see what people are searching, and this is in order of how important it is. So people, meaning how much volume there is. So on YouTube, people want to see the recipe, they want to see the benefits, they want to see it with miso butter. All of these are video ideas, and all of these are insights for you. Now we have another cool tool installed that's actually showing us the search volume. So Japanese sweet potato is actually searched 12,100 times a month. So theoretically, Benji's video could actually get 12,000 searches, like new views a month, even though he made it 20 days ago, and eventually it'll be 6 months old, and eventually it'll be a year old. He could keep getting views, and that's what's really cool, because you could basically get views in your sleep. But let's go into tip number 2 right now.
Boom. Or as I like to say, views while you snooze. Tip number 2, study search results in similar content. So you thought of an idea. You research, you looked at the volume, you looked at what are the best title ideas. Now you actually search for what other people are doing. So as you can see on the search results from before, you can see that other people also have recipes for Japanese sweet potatoes, right? Find out what other channels and videos are doing to actually get views, because they're your perfect example of what to actually do. And they can actually influence and teach you how to optimize not just how you upload your videos and title it and tag in your thumbnails, but even how you record it, right? Like the actual content that's going to be in your videos and the terms you're going to be using to match up with those search terms that's resulting in these other videos getting lots of views. And really important. So we're going to be handing off to Sean now for the next tip, power question.
Yeah, and there's a couple power questions when you actually, once you find that term you want to create. So let's say Benji's doing his Japanese sweet potato. Next thing you want to do is just press enter and see what's on the other side. And here's a couple questions to ask when thinking about you creating your next video to whether or not it could succeed. So for one good question would be, how much competition is there? And interestingly enough, yes, Benji has a lot of subscribers. He's got a big channel, but there's actually not a ton of competition around Japanese sweet potato. And so we see this every single day. It feels like YouTube is crowded, but yet there is so much white space if you can find video ideas, topics, different things that haven't really been covered by anybody or haven't been covered by anybody very well. And so another question to ask is, how recent are the videos? So sometimes maybe there's a lot of search results on the other side, but the videos are outdated, they're old, they're not fresh. That's another opportunity for you to create some quality videos. The third question is there a unique angle your video could take? Maybe everyone is talking about fitness in one way, or cryptocurrency in one way, or the news in one way, but you want to bring something different to the table. On Video Influencers, we always quote Sally Hogstead saying, to win on YouTube, different is better than better. How can you find a unique angle, a fresh take? For Benji, it's a fresh take on a recipe. For me, it's maybe a piece of tech or a fresh take on a piece of tech that other people are not covering. Maybe it's getting to it first. Whatever it is, you want to think about when you, after you do some research and find some video ideas and titles, you want to come up with, let me actually research to find where my opportunity is.
Absolutely. And we're going to get right into tip number 3, record and position your video strategically. So you've done your research. You saw what worked for other channels, what videos are getting views and why. This is your opportunity to reverse engineer. So, you know, your idea might not have been the best idea for positioning for search and getting results in the rankings. However, this example is a perfect example actually of this. I was going to make a gyudon recipe, but what I found in my research is that people were actually typing in Japanese beef bowl recipe versus gyudon. I still kept that how to make gyudon because that's what my viewers would know from my vlog, but I made sure to add Japanese beef bowl recipe in there because of course that is what people are searching. So I want to make sure my title shows that for those people that might not know that term gyudon. But like I was saying, the research and executing on that research, not only for your title, thumbnail, and tags, but also even your content. So, you know, I didn't do it for this video, but I might actually say Japanese beef bowl in there when I'm recording if I'm utilizing that research. I just felt I didn't need it. But again, utilizing the research and making it influence your final video in a way that maybe you wouldn't have if you didn't do the research together. You can see here, this has 27.2 views per hour. It's got a lot of velocity because people are searching this and it's showing up, it's ranking. And, you know, one of the things I want to talk about right here is the macro, the big picture, and why this is so important, what we're talking about, because YouTube is a search engine. And we're not talking about just views for your subscribers or views like in the next month. We're talking about views for years down the road. You know, Sean and I pride ourselves on making videos that are valuable for you guys, but also for people that might not know us right now, for a year down the road, 2 years down the road. And that's why ranking, tags, titles, thumbnails, even the content itself, it's so important to start from a place of research.
Yeah, so we actually have a cool resource we want to share with you, and then we're going to do some Q&A, and we actually have a bonus tip to get into. But really quick, if you're enjoying this training specifically, obviously we can't get into all the details of this kind of stuff, right? There's tags and there's the different tools and whatnot. So I recently put together a checklist, and you can grab it for free at youtubechecklist.com, and it actually goes through the exact formula that I use to come up with video ideas that make money and get massive views. And, you know, over the years, Benji and I have really masterminded this stuff together. We were always experimenting. He's on Benji Man TV. He's doing guacamole videos that are still out there ranked in search. I was always testing different camera videos, and we've compiled down that information really into this checklist. Plus, there's also a free video series that explains this stuff step by step. So we go through coming up with the video ideas, how to actually structure your videos, and also some different ways to make money from your videos. So just a free resource we wanted to put on your radar. youtubechecklist.com. And you can also, there's a link in the description below if you want to get access to that. But hey, if you're enjoying this training, you want us to do more trainings like this here on Video Influencers, can you smash the like button and spread the word? Maybe tag somebody, tweet this out, post this somewhere, do an Instagram story. But let's dive into a couple bonus tips here. So your ultimate goal is to get your videos ranked in YouTube search. Why? Because when nobody knows you, if you're a new YouTuber, you're a new channel, nobody knows you yet. Now, people don't know you, but they know they're looking for Japanese beef bowls. People don't know you, but they know they're looking for some lighting, in my case, on a tech channel. Or they don't know you yet, but they know that they're looking for how to lose weight for women during the summer on a fitness channel. Like whatever it is, like your goal is to get your video showing up in front of search terms because they don't know you, but they know they've got a desire, a question, something that they're looking for. And so here's a great example of that very video and it ranking for Benji.
You know, you guys, vidIQ is a great tool, by the way. You know, we talked about that earlier. That is really the starting point for us for this research, because not only when you're researching your own videos and see how they're actually performing, but when you go to other videos, as you can see right here where the red arrow is pointing, a lot of those terms are actually ranking. That little number in the blue box, it's showing you where the actual video is ranking within those search terms. And again, that's why research is so important. You know, there was days way way back when, what I would use only one word and maybe not so many tags. Now I'm like a sniper. Like I'm finding the actual terms, the phrases that people are utilizing in search and putting in my videos. And that's how they're getting ranked. That's how they're showing up in the first page in those results and getting views while I snooze.
Yes, absolutely. And a key term here is video velocity. So with vidIQ, it actually adds a couple tabs as one of the features to your normal YouTube tabs. And you can see it defines video velocity here as views with the highest velocity, views per hour. So as I mentioned, we all started at 0. So Think Media now has got some videos that getting 94 views an hour, 75 views an hour, 50 views an hour. In fact, if we go over there and you look at that trending tab, you can actually see basically like a library of videos that are getting velocity. 7 months, 14 views an hour. 9 days ago, 16 views an hour. 2 years ago, 8 views per hour. Pretty crazy, right? So this definitely took work. It took strategy, but this is actually why Think Media gets around 2,500 to 5,000 views every 60 minutes. Like whether I'm asleep, whether I'm awake, whether I'm walking my dogs, Sophie and Rosie, with my wife, Sonia, no matter what's happening, people are finding videos because of tapping into the YouTube algorithm, tapping into suggested videos, tapping into YouTube search, and really maximizing the growth of your channel, even while you potentially sleep. But you might be asking, okay, but what if you're a brand new channel? Because it is true, the longer your channel has been around, it's called channel authority. The more channel authority, the more age you have, the more videos you put out, it becomes a little bit easier to rank your videos. So what if you're absolutely starting from 0? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the power tip is you really want to look for video ideas and topics with low competition, maybe that haven't even been covered yet. So here's a great example from Sarah, who is in Australia. She helps a lot of entrepreneurs and female entrepreneurs figure out how to learn social media and build their businesses by using the latest tools. So she actually jumped on a microphone, a new mic from Rode that's barely out. Like it's just been out maybe a week or two old, but that is a good strategy and tactic. Can you be first on something brand new, some kind of a trend, some kind of a hot topic? So when people search for the Rode VideoMic L, which stands for Lightning Port, plugs directly into iPhone Lightning ports, her video is #1. So it's a first ranking video. And that can build her influence, even though she is a newer YouTuber, a newer channel, right? And she's applying some monetization strategies to this video. So it's generating her income as people discover that video and then can do things through affiliate marketing and other ways of generating revenue besides YouTube ads. So again, if you want a little more training on this in particular, then just grab the free video series and the checklist at youtubechecklist.com. We'll link that up in the description below as well. But question of the day, and a lot of you have already answered that, but if you haven't, how long have you been on YouTube? How long have you been posting videos, and how are things going? What's maybe one of your challenges right now? We'd love to help, because with that, we want to dive into Q&A and answer a couple questions before we end the stream.
But first, Sean, I want to bring up something really special. Boom! Our book, you guys. Speaking of how long have we been doing this, we started this channel, Video Influencers, because we have a passion for teaching people everything we knew. But it actually started with a book idea, which I'm holding in the physical example here. It's called YouTube Secrets, going to be coming out September 25th. If you guys are excited about this and potentially would love not only to get it for yourself to improve your channel, but to support us, hit that like button right now, you guys. We would love to share this with you guys. We made this book not just for you guys in the video influencer community, but anybody interested in YouTube, right? Whether you're just starting out with 0, or you're a more seasoned veteran, or maybe you're a pro. We believe that the stories in this book, as well as the tips and tricks, and really the 7, what would you call them? The 7 pillars, or
the 7 C's, yep.
7 C's of what makes a successful YouTube channel. So YouTube Secrets, September 25th. Sean, anything you want to say before we jump into Q&A about it?
Yeah, a couple questions. We are going to eventually get it to every platform, including Google Play. We are planning out the audiobook right now. It'll be available physically. It'll be available digitally, ebook. So we'll make sure that we keep you up to date. Pre-orders are going to probably start in about a week or two. And then, of course, it's launching on September 25th. So we're going to be sharing all the details with you guys soon. Where can we buy it? Amazon.com, online, our website. So again, we'll keep you posted and we'll let you know when pre-orders start.
Absolutely, you guys. So we're going to take a few questions here. Let's see. First question is, what do you suggest I do if I'm a gamer on YouTube? Well, number one, you definitely should be playing games. I'd say, like, this is the thing about gaming world. I love the gaming world because it's so big, right? And it's so successful. But because of that, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people saying, you know, I can't get traction. I can't get a lot of views. I'd say be very specific, be very purposeful about the type of content you're going to create. So focus on one game if you're just starting out, right? You know, or maybe a type of game like first-person shooter games, or, you know, like detective games or warfare games, whatever it might be. Again, it's the same principles as any other channel, but be very focused and crush with that game, right? With that type of gameplay, and then maybe grow. If you see a lot of the other success stories in the gaming world, that's what they did. They were really great at one game. They loved that game and they moved on to other games as they grew their followers. But the point being, you start with one and then you go on to other ideas. Anything you want to add to that, Sean, with gaming?
No, I think that's great. Thanks for the super chat, My Pandora Charmed Life. And the question is, I've been going for a little over a year, and is my niche too specific? My sub count is 3,500, and it seems to be too niche. Is there room to grow, or have I hit a ceiling? I actually think you're right on track. You know, Pandora jewelry is very narrow and it looks like it's been working, but what you might do is you might rebrand your channel to some kind of a broader topic. You could still cover Pandora. You could cover a lot of Pandora, and keep in mind that your channel is kind of like a TV network. Your channel is kind of like AMC. And so on AMC, some people watch The Walking Dead, but not everybody watches Comic Book Men. So if your channel goes into a broader, say, jewelry or some kind of a fashion or jewelry type of a channel, you could still cover Pandora with multiple videos, but then it would allow you to expand out with potentially other shows. Again, you have The Walking Dead, you add Comic Book Men. Or if you're on, you know, Comedy Central, maybe you like stand-up comics, but you don't like the news comedy shows. So you could then, again, attracting an audience that potentially still loves your Pandora stuff and maybe doesn't watch the other things, but I think you'll be surprised that if you get a clear vision for a broader brand for your channel, that you could absolutely crush it.
Boom. There's a question here about going live. You said that you go, I live stream 5 hours a day, not gaming. Does this help? So the answer to that question is this. It kind of depends. I will tell you, one reason we love live is because the platforms love live, right? Number one, though, the engagement is amazing. It's an immediate response. Somebody asks, hey, is this live? Yeah, this is live, you guys. So those questions that you're answering, we're reading it and we're answering it. That engagement is the closest thing you can get to an in-person conversation, right? And that connection is what makes it so special. So I definitely like it. Secondly, because the platforms love live, they're really prioritizing it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised, Sean, if this live broadcast title, if you type it in, we're on the first page, right? Literally within like the last 20, 30 minutes that we've been on, it's ranking already. And that's because the platforms, including YouTube, obviously, are pushing it, right? They want people to utilize it because, again, the watch time, the session time, the amount of like time you spend watching this video is so massive compared to just a regular video where maybe you get out, 50% of the way. So I love live, but you got to be very purposeful about it. Ask yourself, what are you doing during those 5 hours? Is it really valuable? Maybe it's better to go for 5 minutes, right? Sean and I, we actually challenge ourselves. We haven't been successful today, but we try to do tight 10, 20-minute lives. So it still feels like a video. And actually, if you guys notice, we actually record it in a way where it's still useful for people afterwards. So that's why we don't go on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, because we want people to be able to consume it as a regular video, and it lives on evergreen, which means it lives on forever and is valuable to anybody that searches this topic.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Benji. So do one more question after this one yourself. And so Joe asks, what's the number one tip for starting to film? That's a great question, Joe. And I think the number one tip is actually the first C of our 7 C's, and that is courage. If you, before you get into your channel and into your content and into generating cash and all of these different things you can do on YouTube, you have to punch perfectionism in the face, punch fear in the face, and hit publish. And so you want to step out and just start filming. What I've learned is, in fact, Joe, I want to challenge you. I want your first video posted to YouTube in the next week. In fact, influencers, I want to challenge you. If you have not posted a video yet to YouTube and you've watched more than 10 of our videos, turn off this stream right now. Stop watching video influencers until you get your first video published. But Sean, that's terrifying. You got to get your first video published. And guess what? I'm not even saying you have to make it public. What I'm saying is grab your phone, turn it on to selfie mode, hit record on your camera and be like, hey guys, this is my first video. Sean and Benji told me to shoot it. Upload it to YouTube, title it. And guess what? If you don't want to make it public, that's cool with us. But what we want you to do is be going through the process, because here's the thing. Your first videos, they're going to be your worst videos. You know, if you've ever watched Benji and my's first video, they're not good, but you always got to start somewhere. And then once you start and get that first video going, Joe, here's what I want you to think about. AVL, audio, video, and lighting. And by the way, all you need is a smartphone to get started. But what you might think about is, okay, what's the video? It's going to be my smartphone, because that's all you need. I'm going to put on some shoe boxes, hit record. But you might also want to think, well, I need light for video though. So maybe sit in front of a window, or make sure you turn on as many lights in your house as you can. And then audio simply means, you know, don't stand in front of a railroad track or go to where planes are taking off at an airport, because it's kind of noisy. It's kind of crazy. You're not going to get good audio on the dance floor in the middle of the club and it's finding out if Kiki loves you or not, right? You want to be in a quiet place. So once you do that, all you need is this. Set it up, make sure like a small bedroom like this or a home office, and shoot that video. And always remember that content value is infinitely more important than production value. It's never about the camera, it's about the content. So get your first video going and then keep posting more videos and you'll get better as you go.
Boom. Okay, this last question is from Skyboys for how do I, Skyboys, how do I boost my views starting at 1 when I'm vlogging flight attendant life, when there is so many doing and saying the same thing? So this is what I'd say. It goes back to, like, number one, vlogging is very competitive because a lot of people want to vlog, right? But it's not where you want to start. You want to start somewhere more specific. Pick a niche type of content that you're passionate about, that is more, I guess, like less competition, right? But if you were going to vlog your flight attendant life because you're passionate about it, right? I don't want to stop you. In fact, there's a lot of people that jump into the vlogging game. Casey Neistat, for example, and just totally crushed, right? Like came out of nowhere when it was already established and did something incredible. And that's what you got to do. You got to set yourself apart. One suggestion I would have for you is, you know, if you're a flight attendant, you know a lot about travel. So this is your opportunity to maybe combine two types of content: vlogging as a flight attendant and a lot of these travel tips and tricks videos, right? Because you're traveling a lot. So you probably have so many. So you're a vlogging flight attendant, but maybe your niche is teaching people the travel hacks, right? The tips for traveling cheap, or how to pack light, you know, different airport, you know, getting through it techniques. Just think of the ideas you could combine. And that's one of the number one things I'd say for anybody starting to vlog is, are there certain searches being done within your passion, your type of content, where you could dominate in that no one else is doing, and it could actually influence your vlogs to be a little bit different and set you apart from the pack?
Absolutely. And just to honor the super chat, the vloggers asked, what's the best video editor for cheap? I think just starting with whatever's already included on your Mac, if you can get one. iMovie, that's where a lot of people start. It's great. And you could even download the iMovie app for your phone and edit on an iPhone. I then also would recommend things like Filmora, Wondershare, or HitFilm. And then you could also check out Adobe Elements. Adobe Premiere Elements is a good, cheaper way to get into Adobe Premiere. And so those are a few recommendations. If you type in best video editing software to the search term, that's one of the videos. It's getting a lot of velocity that I've shared, but it's actually ranked 3 or 4 down. because that's how it goes here on YouTube. But Benji, final words as we close.
You guys, we love YouTube, and we know that it can be difficult and hard if you're just starting out, even if you're seasoned, right? You know, there's a lot of changes with the algorithm. It always reminds yourself, you guys, that, you know, this is something you can do. We believe in it. That's right. We wrote a book all about it called YouTube Secrets. And then Sean, I'll leave it off to you to finish it.
Absolutely. So guys, thanks again for hanging out with us. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit the bell so you can get those notifications, and click the screen if you want to check out some other videos from video influencers that'll help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. Thanks again for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in the next